Carlisha Hood was released Monday from the Cook County Jail after murder charges were dropped against Hood and her 14-year-old son. The state's attorney cited new emerging evidence in the case.
Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then arrested.
Chicago police initially released this surveillance video of the shooting inside a West Pullman restaurant. It led to charges against Hood and her son, who can be seen shooting and killing Jeremy Brown.
If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Days later, cell phone video circulated online. It showed what led to the shooting. Brown can be seen violently punching Hood in the head. That's when her son enters the restaurant and shoots the man attacking his mom.
It was an obvious rush to judgment.
Hood's attorneys have now filed a lawsuit against the city. Despite having a copy of the surveillance video, Chicago police only released the shooting, not the assault against Hood, even though the angle of the camera inside the restaurant would have likely recorded it, yet she was charged with murder.
Get away! No, I'm on non-violence, man. Back off! Get away! Back off! Get away! Go back across the street! Go! Man, I'm right here across the street. Back off! I know what the fuck I got now. What? Don't come over this far. Don't come over here. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. What are you talking about? Down that gun! Any individual with a gun with an extended magazine will do your job and quit coming up on us and screaming at us. You know how fucking frustrating that is? Then we gotta run through that in the middle of the fucking street with the goddamn gun. Do you know? Do you know? How many people get this fucking gun? And you're in my face! This shit doesn't happen.
We have some breaking news at 5. 18 people are shot in River North, leaving a club after an album release party. At least 4 of those victims have died.
15th Ward Alderman Raymond Lopez posting on X saying, quote, "Today the 15th Ward experienced a shooting near Tilden High School. If having National Guardsmen on hand to increase uniform presence keeps our youth from getting shot, what's the problem? Neither Governor J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson are providing real solutions for my constituents."
I am sick and tired of hearing Brandon Johnson and his paid comrades to go around saying violence is low to try to pad his record. It is utter bullshit, and it is a disrespect to our seniors who are being shot up in front of their senior buildings, to our children who are being shot up walking to school. It is a disrespect to all of the families that are constantly being shot each and every day. Chicago has a violence problem. We do need federal intervention. We do need task force. We do need Donald Trump to work with our government so that we can deploy as much resources as possible so that we can clean our streets up. But that's going to take for our corrupt politicians to want to work with every level of government. And they don't want to. You know why? Because violence pays. Violence makes it a topic where people can go out and say, well, I'll decrease violence a few %, vote for me again, and keep getting campaign donations and keep getting kickbacks from all of their friends that they're patting their pockets for while they're in office.
I hope President Trump comes to Chicago and can do in Chicago what he's done in Washington. No murders in Washington in 12 days. In Chicago, 254 people have been murdered in 233 days. You can honestly wake up in the morning and say, somebody's going to get murdered today, and you can also say 80% of the people murdered will be black, because 80% of the murder victims in Chicago are black. And if this was happening in the neighborhood Pritzker and these white limousine rich liberals live in, he would not only beg Trump to bring the National Guard, he'd scream and shout for the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force. This is hypocrisy with a touch of racism, and it proves that the Democratic Party today, Black Lives Matter only for their votes, not when it comes to keeping them safe.
We just had 4 mass shootings in the span of 1 month.
But they want to sell this idea that if they just had more federal money, that things would be better. That's what they demanded today. Johnson and Pritzker want $800 million, I believe that's what they said, restored to Illinois and Chicago.
Police officers are outnumbered by nearly 10 to 1, gangbangers to police officers. 12,000 police officers, more than 100,000 gangbangers. And those communities that are underserved with police presence are the ones who are facing these high crime rates. And here again, this isn't a black and white issue, it's really a moral issue. And when I was a governor back in 2008, I actually talked about sending the National Guard to help Mayor Daley and sending state resources to help Mayor Daley fight crime in those high crime neighborhoods. The great irony is, and this is sort of what Malcolm X says about white liberals, they pretend to be your friend. They're the fox who sees the lamb, but it's the fox who eats the lamb.
They welcome President Trump. And let me just say this, anybody that's opposed of a president coming in to help our communities to be safer, help our communities from homicides, from robberies, carjacking, and especially an elected official who have a problem with that, those elected officials should be thrown in prison for treason. That's just it. And you know what? Do not send these crooks no money.
Son Hunter Biden indicted 3 felony gun charges, accused of lying about his drug use when he bought a firearm in 2018 and then illegally possessing that weapon for 11 days.